Hello and Merry Christmas. Today I have a tour video only. The build of this video has taken me so long. So I've basically created my dream Christmas shopping center or town square, small town square, that kind of thing here. I have decked this out in Christmas decorations and it's been so fun, but also tricky because Christmas decorations are pretty limited in The Sims, as I'm sure most of you know. Of course, with seasons and that free holiday pack, we have quite a few items, but once you use those few items, you're kind of repeating. This is actually the first time I've ever used the lights that your Sims put on themselves, like with the box of decorations that comes with seasons, and you actually have to click on it and then you can customize the lights. I've just never used it. I don't do gameplay a lot and I haven't done a lot of Christmas builds, but I'm very excited to have this done. I absolutely love Christmas. So I have decorated a bit of the insides, but this is mostly just going to be about the look of the outside and just getting those Christmas vibes in. So first over here, I put a cocktail lounge, cocktail bar. I like a nice cocktail bar that feels like, I don't know, like a stone basement. I like those vibes. I like a dark basement vibe, cocktail lounge. So that's what I've gone for here. And then next door we have bookshop on the first floor. So in this row we have a bookshop on the first floor. So on the second floor we have a tattoo shop. Over here we have a home decor store. I love that snowman. Decorating the outsides was a little tricky because terrain paint would really come in handy to give us a sidewalk, but I really needed the snow. The snow was non-negotiable, so I gave up a defined sidewalk for a snowy, beautiful Christmas look. And these festive hedges really came in handy. I definitely needed those. In the center, we have an ice skating rink, of course. When I first started building this, I had a pond here, and then all of a sudden I was like, what am I doing? Ice skating rink, duh. I forget that these exist in the game. Of course, we have our big town square tree. We're gonna host the annual tree lighting here. And if we're following Hallmark movie rules, we might even do the tree lighting on December 23rd, which makes absolutely no sense because you would 100% have it lit before then. Up on the hill, I put a cute coffee shop. This was very mildly inspired by a coffee shop I've been to. It sits a little higher up than the other shops on the street, and then there was just this big glass window, and it was just so cool, so scenic, even though you weren't really up high or anything. It was just nice to be able to kind of see out. And I'll show you. So if we go over here where the coffee shop is, this is the kind of view you'd be looking at. Wouldn't that be so nice if it was snowing out, watching people ice skate, watching people fall? Then up here, we have a more old historic looking building. So I built this in Windenburg, so a little bit of that Tudor style housing made sense, and I liked having that up on the hill, but I didn't want the whole thing to be that because I did want some more modern places too. So up on the hill we have a toy store over here, and then on this side I wanted to do a game store. If you're a gamer, you know that a game store and a toy shop are not the same thing. We're not talking about Monopoly and Life and games for kids. We're talking about deep strategy board games that take hours. I would like to have a store dedicated to them. I feel like the feeling I get when I go into a board game store is just one of the greatest. When I see the wall of games, there's so many and they're so heavy. That's what I like about them. You know it's going to be a good game if it's heavy. Maybe not always. I love the way that building turned out. It's just so cute. And I'm impressed with myself for doing a not flat building. Which brings us to this next one, which is a flat building. But with this one, I was going for kind of the vibe of it's an old fancy house that's been turned into shops. Inside, I have I'm not really doing the insides right now as far as a tour, but there is stuff inside. I will do a full build video where I'll do more with the insides. But right now, I just wanted to get some Christmas cheer out there. So on the left side, I'm gonna have a spa, and then on the right side, I have a boutique clothing store. Then in this set of shops over here, we're gonna have an occult shop. So I was thinking about doing like a secret occult shop, like maybe they all have to live in hiding. And I thought about doing like a secret entrance in the back of another shop, but then I was like, I don't know, it's The Sims. These occult Sims are everywhere. They're out there. Nobody cares, right? So let's be like loud and proud about being a vampire or mermaid or whatever it may be. So I thought in this shop we could have things for the various occult types and some like magic items, that kind of thing over there. We're not hiding it. They're part of the Sims world and we're providing a shop for them. This one, I wanted to do something like bright and colorful. So I'm gonna make this a candy store. And then on the far right, we have like a fancy upscale restaurant. I think that covers all the shops that I personally would want in a shopping center. Books, board games, coffee, cocktails. There's like nice food over here. I don't know. It covers all the bases. This building over here is one of my favorites. I just think it turned out so cute. I love the I don't know what you call it, frieze? Is that what it's called? Honestly, all the buildings, I love them in different ways, and I'm very proud of myself for making so many buildings of different shapes and varieties, because that is not my strong suit. There may be things about the roofs and the general structure that I might want to change someday, but I mean, really, I just want to go here in real life. But I do think this could be a fun community lot in The Sims as well. I haven't done gameplay with it yet. I think what I would do if I were going to play with this in the game would be to make a couple apartments above some of these shops. We could have this be a like business and residential lot, and then we could close off, of course, the apartments to the public. With businesses and hobbies, you can do like residential or like private and then public spaces in your buildings. And then over here, I did also add a little hot chocolate stand or like coffee stand. It's not open right now, but that will be nice for all the ice skaters, all the cold shoppers. It's one of those things that like sounds better in theory to like walk around with your hot chocolate, but it's really cold sometimes. And you know what? It might just be nicer to go to the coffee shop. But I like to think that this little stand is the coffee shop. They're just like putting a stand out here for the ice skaters. It's not competing with them, okay? We're not like a competitor coffee shop coming in here trying to run them out of town or anything. Although that would make a plot. I can't say it would make a good plot, but it would definitely be a plausible Hallmark movie plot. So there you go. If they need ideas, I had to use a lot of these lighted trees. I feel like I just needed more lights everywhere. But wow, that was a huge feat, honestly. Just finishing even the outside of this. I'm almost done with the insides, but it's a lot of ground to cover. My only other wish for this lot would be that I could have a sidewalk here. I tried doing rugs, but because I have this on a hill, that won't work because they like sit flat and they won't follow the hill here. That was another thing I've never really done before, is doing, maybe not never done, but something I rarely do is mess with terrain in The Sims. So I like having this up on the hill. Right, let's see, was there anything else we needed to see in detail? Okay, I will show you the inside of the 2 or 3 that I did up. Here we have our little cocktail bar. I absolutely love this. If I, like, honestly, if I went in here with a friend, like, we were looking for a place to go have a drink, I would just be like, I found it. I found the perfect cocktail bar. Love it. It's a little bit dark, but also really pretty. Upstairs, we just have a few more cozy tables and this little booth, as well as a lot of these twinkle lights. Bathroom up here. Over here on the second floor of the next building, we have our tattoo shop and our bookstore. I love the bookstore. It's not a ton of books in here, but I needed Sims to theoretically be able to walk around this. We have several shelves here, and then on this wall, the idea over here was that this would be like a kids book area. There we go. Here's our very beautiful little coffee shop. I say little to all of them because they all are kind of little. So I've made this really pink, white, black, and then of course added a Christmas tree here. Wouldn't you just love, look at this. Look at this view. Wouldn't this just be the perfect place to sit with your coffee, before, like while you're shopping, imagine this. You're doing your Christmas shopping. It's freezing out. Maybe you started on that one building we just came from. You went and got some books for your friends. Maybe you went and got a tattoo. That would be kind of a weird thing to do on your shopping journey. Okay, we'll say you went to the bookstore, you went to the toy store, and now you need some coffee. So you come in here, you watch the ice skaters outside, the snow is falling, perfect Christmas moment made. Now over here we have a toy store. I just filled up this shelf with little toys and lots of stuffed animals here, lots of them around. The idea with all the stuff on the wall would be that those are like for sale, you know, they're not just decorations, they're actually things that we're selling. And then I put all the toy chests in here. Figure you need a place to put all these toys, right? Moving on, and I'm kind of just going through the ones again that I like did up nicely. The other ones are works in progress, but here is our fancy upscale restaurant. Here is the second floor. Bathrooms would be going back here. I really like it. You know what? It's simple. I didn't do a whole lot with it. Let's see it in live mode in the evening. Can you snow please so we can see this? Oh, it's just kind of dark and gloomy. I was hoping it would snow. Oh, look at the chimneys. I didn't even think about the chimneys like actually blowing smoke out. That looks cute. Customize rink. Can I set this lighting? Oh, there. Okay. I should have done that before. I'm not real into like changing the lighting of things, but that makes such a big difference having that in the white lighting. Should have done that before. So imagine all that I just showed you, but with this white rink. Oh, there we go. There's the snow. Oh, it's so pretty. So there we have our perfect Christmas shopping square, now with better lighting on the ice skating rink. I made this side really pretty with all the bows and stuff, and then by the time I started over here and went around, and by the time I got over here, I was kind of like, yeah, plants to cover the side of the building. I think that sounds good, right? Which I think is reasonable. Huge undertaking, huge build. Thank you so much for watching. Have a Merry Christmas.